already calling it. Yes, I'm already calling it. Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian is anime of the year. After one episode, I'm already calling it. The show looks fantastic. It's got pretty much everything. If you're into stockings, if you're into thighs, if you're into feet, if you're into pantsu, if you're into just girls with smirking faces, this is the show for you. And the first episode was fantastic. I could not ask for more. But no, for those that are coming here that have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about and want an idea of what the series is, my first impressions of the first episode, but let's just jump right into it. It opens up with Kuze, and he essentially has a classmate named Alya. Calls her Alya. It's a nickname. Everybody's kind of jealous of the fact that he has a nickname for her, but she's Kujo. And Kujo is essentially a part Russian. Her father is Russian, and so she knows Russian, and she does not know that Kuze knows Russian. And even though she's like super tsundere, she's super kind of mean and very rough with him, always constantly insulting him, her true feelings, like the title leads you to believe, she always speaks in Russian. So when she's talking mean to him about his obsession with gacha games and how it's kind of loser attitude or whatever, suddenly she'll turn and say something like, he's cute. And he goes, wait, what? And she'll kind of go, oh, I was just saying how dumb you are, or something like that. And he's always in his head going, but I know exactly what you said. It already pretty much is laying out what is the story going to be, and you can partially blame that to the OP blatantly showing what's going to happen here. But the idea here is that when Kuze was younger, he actually ran into a girl near his grandfather's place. He ran into this little girl that was Russian, and he actually pushed himself really hard to learn Russian so that he could talk to her. Well, cut forward, he still knows Russian. Now, he says that he still has some problems with it, but he can still understand the language itself. So whenever she says something, he's picking up on it. So he's getting that tsundere side of her. He's getting the other side of her, and she doesn't know that he does. So that's kind of the chemistry so far. Now, I will admit, coming in the show and looking at the synopsis, I was like, okay, that's a really cool concept, a cute concept. It sounds kind of funny. But at the same time, can you drag out 12 episodes of this? Can you have a long-running light novel series just on this concept? But this first episode is already kind of laying out there's going to be a lot of other characters. We're already introducing all the other harem characters. You have the childhood friend. You have all the other members of the student council. The OP basically shows him seemingly in the student council office, I'm guessing, and there's just girls everywhere. He's got so many girls around him. So there's going to be a lot of chemistry here, but the central focus seems to be on the idea of his relationship with Kujo. Now, it seems like all signs are pointing to this girl from his childhood is Alya. And I think that's probably because back then he helped her out. She had blonde hair in the flashback, but I'm assuming that either that is something that his hazy memory has created, or Alya has changed her hair. Now, signs show in this episode that she seems to know that he likes silver hair. He rolls her for this gacha, and it's for this Tsukihime, and she's got silver hair despite the fact that the lore itself is different. And she's like, oh, so you like silver hair. You're cheating on me. And he's like, wait, what'd you say? Oh, I said how dumb you are. It's already kind of showing that she's changed some stuff about her, and that could be one thing, that she may have dyed her hair silver or something else. I don't know. But the eye color's the same. They both know Russian. All signs seem to point that she probably likes Kuze because he interacted with her back then and forgot about her. But if she knows that, she should know that he knows Russian. So that's the only thing that kind of breaks my theory there, unless she's forgotten and she maybe subconsciously likes Kuze, not knowing that he knows Russian or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that aside, the story stuff aside, let's get into what makes this show so great. And yes, it is the chemistry between these two characters. So far, they're just nailing it. And I think it's kind of enhanced by the fact that Dogakobo, working on this project, is making sure that every shot looks absolutely fantastic. I think the thing that sells me so much on these characters is they look so mischievous. Especially, Alya, she looks extremely mischievous. Constantly got those flirty looks going on, those questioning looks on her face, and then every now and then having almost that cat-lit thing going on, which they do with all the characters. Like even with Soil, who is the childhood friend of Kuze, she's got the mischievous look all the time. She's constantly flirting with him, constantly has that mischievous look on him. There is a side of that, though, that does cause me some alarm, and it's that all these girls are they got these massive neon signs above their head that says, dude, I am totally into you, and he's not picking it up. Now, there is some parts where, like the whole sock scene, let's just get into the sock scene. Yes, one morning he gets up early, he comes to school, he cleans up the classroom, he's on duty. Alya comes in there and she's like, there's no way you got up early, because she sees him as like a misfit. She's part of the student council. They have the correction group there and everything. So she's constantly criticizing Kuze and other people about not following the rules, bringing a phone to school, that kind of stuff. She comes in there and she has a wet stocking. And so she immediately takes it off right in front of him, and he panics. And she picks up on this. And then she's got that little mischievous grin going on. So she's like, oh, can you get my spare sock out of my locker? Wait, you want me to get in the locker? No, are you sure? Okay, goes over there, gets this sock, gives it to her. Oh, can you put it on for me? And it's like, it turns into this thing where he's almost questioning, is she doing it to get at me? But again, because he knows what she's saying in Russian, he should pick up on that she's talking about how she likes him, how he's cute and everything. But he's almost like turning it into, not that she's flirting with me and she doesn't know that I know what she's saying, but that she's blowing off steam. Like she has some sort of fetish that she's trying to, project that at him, but she doesn't really like him. And so that's where I hope that they pivot it a little bit, because it seems a little bit too oblivious main character here. We know that he can't reciprocate it. They can't drag out a light novel series if he immediately goes, oh, obviously she likes me, jump on her. But it's fun. It's fun, but at the same time, there is sort of a dude, are you not getting these signals? Are you that dumb? But yes, the scene just was fantastic. Eventually, it kind of turns this thing where she's like, oh, so you don't want this? And he immediately kind of corrects and goes, yes, I do want this. Goes down there, goes at it, puts the stocking on her foot, gets all the way up there, slips and hits her lower half. She freaks out. Just a plain shot there, just everything shown. She kicks him in the face, ponsus are showing, and he just falls over and she just creeps by him. And then the follow-up is, yes, that he admits that he's seen the promised land. She's like, I'm sorry I kicked you. It must have hurt. No, I have to apologize seeing it. Plus, I have to thank you for actually showing me something amazing. And she's like, what are you talking about? Oh, ponsu. She freaks out and runs away, kicks him and runs away. It was great. I thought that was fantastic. Again, they're nailing the chemistry so far between the two of them. Just kind of it's very much a tsundere chemistry. It's the idea of the character who outwardly is very mean, but they have that inside that is actually the dere side, the love side. It's just the love side is being hidden in Russian. So that's what we're really doing here. It is a tsundere archetype system here of the character constantly trying to figure out what the girl wants. Does she actually like me? She seems like she hates me. But the love side of it is hidden in the Russian. But it's not really hidden, and that's the thing that's going to be difficult for me, I think, going forward, is why doesn't he pick up on the fact that she's being very blatantly open about it, unless there is one thing that could kind of twist this a little bit, and that's really the fact that because she's speaking it in Russian, he doesn't want her to know that he knows Russian, because he's been going along with it for so long that if he does reveal that he knows Russian, it's going to be devastating to her. Like at some point he's like, I should probably tell her, but telling her now would probably be bad. And then it cuts to her and she just got this, her face goes beet red and she falls over. Like, yeah, technically that would be basically telling her that every flirting thing that she has said so far, and like I said at the beginning, he says that she's fawning over me. She just doesn't know it. And that could destroy her. So it does seem like he knows, but he thinks that he might be reading it wrong, I guess is the thing there. And then yes, of course, everybody else seems to be all over him. We got some jealousy moments with the childhood friend being there. Apparently he's been walking to school with So for like ever since they were in middle school. That's making Alya jealous. But at the same time, they're all kind of wanting him to join the student council. So I'm assuming that might be the direction it goes to. It'll be curious to know why he doesn't want to be part of the student council. Because obviously every single man that's watching this show is going, dude, it's full of hot girls. Why would you not want to join the student council? But I'm assuming there's going to be something that's kind of going to be the hang up there. He says that he joined So or Yuki as the vice president in his previous school, but that was because she needed a pair, and it doesn't seem like he likes it, or he didn't like it for some reason. My gosh, after the whole leg thing, he immediately starts texting his sister, and his sister's like totally playing into it. He's like, dear great sister. She's like, what happened? I have some really important information to give you. Oh, this sounds very serious. Yeah, it seems like I am into legs. And she's like, oh, that's great. Legs or thighs are fantastic. It leads to the feet or something like that. And he's like, oh, I thought you were into chests or something like that. And he's like, yes, it's a big revelation. And then she follows it up with, what the heck is this conversation? And I totally thought it was going to be like this thing where his sister is a total like wingman and she's totally into just the most pervy stuff. But no, it was literally like, she's like, what the hell are we talking about? After everything kind of plays out, like she was playing along with it as if she understood him. It's like, why are you revealing this to your sister? But yeah, so far, no doubt, I'm loving it. It looks great. Alya looks fantastic. The facial expressions just sell it. The eyes, just the character designs themselves. The ecchi's fantastic. Like everything's pointing at this show just being too damn good. It's going to be this show for those that are men of culture and women. If you're for that, that's fine. It's going to be a fantastic ride. So I cannot wait for more. But that's my first impressions on Alya, sometimes Heiser feeling in Russian. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below, comment. Let me know what you think of those thighs. What do you think of the thighs? I'm not really a foot person. Like, I made a post about that whole scene with the sock, and I'm like, oh, I'm not really into the feet thing, but I don't judge people that are. Thighs, stockings, absolute zone, yes. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button to get my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top lists. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. I'll be doing first impressions of all the shows this season, so make sure to stick around. Additionally, if you like this content and you want to support channel more, Patreon link, tips, links, for the links, membership button below. Greatly appreciate it. It does, and y'all take care.